If I'm honest, if I'd known then what I know now about creating courses, I would have saved myself a lot of time, money, and frustration. Courses are still sold as the answer to everything. Burnout, create a course. Too many clients, create a course. Passive income, create a course. Want to train dogs, create a course. And today, I want to slow down that conversation because this session isn't about how to create a course. It's about what I wish I had understood before I built them. So, if you've ever thought about creating a course, would things be easier in your business if I just had a course? If that's you, then comment below course in the chat and let me know. As always, we're going to kick off with our theme song and I'll be back in 3.5 and then we'll get stuck in to what I wish I had known before I started making courses.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Shine. Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Strategy with Sally. And if we have not yet met, I'm Sally. And I work with service-based business owners, coaches and consultants, creatives who want to clarify what it is that they do with better systems and less overwhelm. And today's topic comes from experience, not theories, not trends, because courses can be incredible and they can also quietly become another heavy layer in your business. And I know many of you are here either because you're thinking about creating a course or you already have one that feels harder than you expect. So today, I really just want to chat openly and honestly about what I've learned over all the years of helping people create courses, way back in 2015 when I made my very first course. So, if you're here, it's because you've probably thought of a course, right? Or you've been thinking about doing one or you've got one. So, um, what I want to talk about is, I guess, the challenges that people face. And the real challenge with courses that most people don't like they think they're going to struggle with the most is things like, which platform should I use, or, how should I film it, or what tech should I use? And these aren't really the hardest struggles. Uh, these, the main struggles that I find are with people's expectations. And the expectations are that a course will replace one-on-one work, or a course will replace and reduce hours, or a course will scale without adding or doing anything extra. And when that doesn't happen, then people start to assume that they did something wrong. But the truth is that the problem usually isn't the course. It's what the course was expected to do. So, if this feels familiar, like a course was meant to simplify things but didn't, drop a yes in the chat. I mean, I know you're thinking a course is going to be the thing that just makes everything better, but let me try and reframe this. Courses are not an escape hatch to your business. They're leverage. They don't replace a business, they support one. And they only work well when they are built on top of something, right? That's the shift I want you to understand. And I wish I had understood sooner. So let me walk you through some of the biggest things that I got wrong and what I do differently now. So the first thing was building a course without support. I thought, hey, just build it and they'll go through it. Courses work best when they're built with the right support and structure around them. So the first mistake I made wasn't building a course too early. It was building a course without the support around it. Because here's what I know now. A course can be your first product. You can absolutely build it live. You can create it as you go. But the key here is that a course isn't just content. It's actually a container. And people don't just need information. They need guidance. They need accountability, feedback, encouragement, and support while they're actually implementing. If they just wanted to watch a video, they could go and do that on YouTube. So what made it hard back then wasn't the course itself. It was thinking it was supposed to work on its own. So if you're building your first course right now, just make sure you're not building it as a solo island, right? Build it with that support baked into it. So think about things like, are you going to run office hours? Are you going to have a community? Are you going to have check-ins? Are you going to create accountability sessions or accountability pods? Will you be delivering it live with AMA, Ask Me Anything sessions? And you need that clear path through, because courses don't create transformation, supported courses do. So if you've ever felt like a course needed more structure, you probably mean it needs more support. So drop a yes in the chat if now you're like, yep, I'm going to bake in that support. The second mistake was overteaching instead of creating a movement. You see, the hardest part about what you put in a course isn't what you put in it. It's actually what you leave out. The second mistake was overteaching. I put everything I knew into a course. I thought the bigger this thing is, the more people will love it. But you see, people cut a check for speed. They don't want you to teach them everything you know. They want you to put it through your own filter and teach them what they need to know. The reason why I put everything into the course was because I actually cared, because I wanted it to be valuable. But value doesn't come from volume. People don't buy a course to learn everything. They buy a course to answer, what do I do next and in what order? When a course feels heavy to build, it usually feels heavy to actually take as well. So be honest. Have you ever been through a course and thought, this is just too overwhelming, and then you just don't finish it? Lots of course junkies I see in the VIP room here, lots of hands up and nodding. Yeah. So if your course feels too big, it probably is. What I found with working with clients is they will come to me and say, I don't think there's enough in the course, or if they're putting a membership program together, I don't think I'm giving them enough in the membership. Then to come back once they've got people in it to say to me that there's too much in it, they're struggling to get through it, right? That they're like not at the place I thought they would be at now. So the shift is this: sequence to completeness. Have the sequence they need to go through, ensuring they will actually complete it. What you really want to do with your course is not teach everything, but you want to create a community. You want to create a movement so that they feel like they're progressing through the course and they can achieve the end result. Don't make the steps harder or more complicated. You don't need to add long workbooks and 1,000 presentation keynote screens, right? Make it feel like an easy process. Your job isn't to teach everything, it's to create progress. So the third mistake was expecting that the course would do the job of systems. I thought that the course would automate things. I thought the course still needed they just need to sign up and that's it. Go through the course, off you go, be happy. But a course still needs things like onboarding. They need to understand how to actually navigate around inside the course. You may have built it for a long time and you find navigation inside the course easy. But your brand new client, they have never navigated around inside your course. So it's a good idea to do onboarding. Either you can create it as start here and this is how you navigate the course. This is where the additional frequently asked questions are. This is where you go. How do you email support? This is where the community lives. Now, you can do that in the early days, maybe just one-on-one with the client. You'll find you'll learn more when you do your onboarding with those first initial clients, right? Because you'll learn from them. You'll ask them questions like, why did you join? What made you say yes? And if you're inside our program, have a look at your message mining document. There is actually a script that you can use message mining within your onboarding. There's 3 different things inside the message mining book. People who don't know you, people who have been through like a lead magnet or a training and didn't buy, and then there's one for those who do. So use that as part of your onboarding. The other thing a course still needs is communication, right? Are you sending out notifications to check that they're actually getting through the course? Now, don't also forget to set up boundaries, like what the course is and what it isn't, right? If you don't complete it, then you won't get that end result. You always hear me talk about, are you going to be the 10%? Right? I'm trying to encourage people, right? You want to educate and entertain at the same time. And then also don't forget follow up is part of it as well. Check ins. We personally, when people come into our program, they get a check in weekly for the first 4 weeks. Then they move to fortnightly, then they move to monthly. So a course without systems becomes another thing that you have to handle manually. So if you already have a course, ask yourself, does this feel supported? Or does it feel like it's sitting there on its own? Courses don't remove work, but they do require better structure. So here's what I'd skip now. I'd stop thinking that this course will make me rich without needing to do much. I'd stop chasing passive income narratives. Build a course and you'll have passive income. There's more work involved. And I do this differently. I design courses to support delivery, not to replace it. So if you've got a one-on-one program, then your course can actually be an add-on to that. So the time you spend with your clients is more time of answering questions where they get stuck and less teaching. And then you can send them off to the course to learn the teaching, right? So that's something I would do differently. Stop chasing passive income and look at it as an add-on or an additional support. I design courses to support delivery, not replace it. To simplify, not to add more pressure. To work with the business that I actually want, not the one thing that I think it should be or what I think I want. So as always, we do a bit of GSD here. So for this week, I want you to choose one thing. So you are either going to clarify what role your course should play in your business, or I want you to decide what support you are going to include inside your course. Now, both are valid. So in the chat, tell me now, what are you going to do? Are you going to start to clarify the role that your course plays in your business, number one, or number two, decide what support your course will include? You see, when you simplify your business and you simplify your course, you won't need to keep rebuilding it over and over again. You will just keep improving it, right? So you can pause every now and then, take a note of what the students are actually telling you and saying to you, and then you just tweak the course. Remember, build it, measure it, optimize it, and you'll measure it through conversations with your students. So one clear decision beats 10 and a half decisions, 10,500 half decisions, right? So we're going to choose one thing, and I want you to really nail that down. Now, before we end off, of course, I'm going to come across to a couple of the VIPs that are sitting in the room, and I'd love you to share a key takeaway from today. Let's come over to, well, whoever's on my screen when I click the button. Where is it? Deborah. Deborah's on my screen. Hello, Deborah. What's the key takeaway for you today?
The question always comes a little early when I'm still digesting. Everything. But because I actually came into this with the idea initially that I'd be doing one-on-ones, and you convinced me that I should be creating a course. And I had the course in my mind, but as a one-on-one thing that I'm doing, and I've come around to understanding what you taught me, about it being a much better idea to create it as one-to-many. Initially, I do want to do it live, and I'm not sure that I just would do one live. I think I would do a set of a few times doing the course with people. And so everything you just said is so valid for me. I did because I'm sort of in the one-on-one coaching mindset. I do see myself the importance of that constant support.
Yeah.
Even in between sessions and so on. So the knowledge, the understanding, and it doesn't matter if you're working one-on-one or if you're, working with a group, you still have to be able to be there for them to answer questions and
Yeah, exactly.
in between sessions and that sort of thing. So, yeah,
Yeah.
everything you just said.
That's it. Well, when we have spoken about, you can be doing message mining, for example, and you can say yes to
Yeah.
one-on-ones before the course. When you sell the
Yes.
course, you can still you offer one-on-one as your high ticket.
Yeah.
And then if they say no to that, then offer them
Yeah.
group. But if you offer them
Yes.
a lower price product and then try and sell them a higher one, so we always go high first and then we come down.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
eventually, you want it big enough that it's like, I only do group now, or you only take on a
Yeah.
handful. Like I've got my Sparkle 9, right? And there's not 9 in there at the moment. These are the ones that, get a little bit of extra love and attention. Jenny's one of them. They've committed for a long time with me as well. They're not just committing for 6 months or 12 months. They're committing for a few years when they become a Sparkle 9. So they get a bit more
Right.
strategy and attention, but
Mm.
they're still part of group. They've still got access to the courses, even though we're doing it for them and helping them with all the additional strategy. They still get access to all of the things. Like when we're putting our program together, we are looking at the big one first. What's everything in the big one? And then the next step
Yes.
down is we just take something away. We don't make a
Yes.
whole new offer, and it makes it easier to sell as well, right? Here's a
Mm.
big thing. Oh, well, if you can't have that, well, that's all right. You can still do group, and we just pull away that one-on-one. It's a bit like
Yeah.
ours. The top level is we'll build it for you, or the next one's
Yeah.
down, we'll build it with you. And then
With
we've got
you. Mm.
DIY, go through it yourself. But they still come with support, maybe different levels of support. The DIY have got email support, right? Whereas
Mm.
you guys in the academy, you get to jump into the VOZ and ask questions whenever you like. And then, of course, the done for yous, they still get the VOZ, but they get more one-on-one strategy time. So, that's how I always think. Best way to think, done for you, with you, and DIY. But especially in your space, they have to do it themselves, right? Because it's breaking free from emotional eating. You can't do that for them, so you won't have it done for you, but you'll definitely have one on
No, you
one.
can't do it for them, but you can be, you can be giving them that support in between and answering
Yeah,
questions and that sort of thing.
and
Yeah,
there's
just to
different ways. Like
keep them on track.
exactly. So some of the other things you can
Mm.
do is having that one line of communication direct to you. So you might have allow them to have WhatsApp access to you.
WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Mm.
Another thing people I've
Mm.
heard use is Voxer. It's just like a voice message. So if they don't want to type, they can just voice message you backwards and forwards anytime.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, not many people utilize that
Yeah.
WhatsApp or Voxer chat as you would think. Because when I started
Yeah.
planning it, I was like, I've got to block out X amount of hours of my time to ensure, because it's going to affect context shifting, and I thought, oh, they're going to be messaging me every day. But
Yeah.
surprisingly, the more they pay, the less they ask for help.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
In
because
Australia, WhatsApp isn't as popular as it is, say, for instance, in Israel. Like
yeah,
everything's on WhatsApp. So people use it a lot.
yeah,
And groups that I belong to that, I did the course through, they're just all the time. They're throwing out. So that they create, have the groups that
yep,
did the course, and then the groups kind of function on their own, even without the um, leader, the mentor.
yeah.
And there's questions and answers going back and forth all the time.
Yeah, and you can
Yeah.
create different groups inside of
Mm.
another group inside of WhatsApp too.
Mm.
So it's
Yes.
actually slowly starting to grow in Australia and America. I know it was
Yeah.
really popular also in like a lot of the Asian sort of countries as well. It's been massive. It is growing more here now because also when it comes to business, there's some statistics that show that WhatsApp has a higher read rate and a higher reply rate. It back in the
Mm.
I don't know 5 years ago or more, SMS was massive, right? You could SMS people.
Yeah.
Now people get SMS and they don't even reply like they
Mm-mm.
used to because they're expecting it.
Yeah.
But the statistics are showing WhatsApp actually are having greater results. And now also
Yeah.
because of all of the like legalities and things around SMSing, it's harder to get approval just to SMS people.
Right.
Where WhatsApp's a bit, as long as you've got a
Well,
Meta
they buy
account.
into it by they agreeing to it, you
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Because with WhatsApp, you sort of like you join the group and you have to join the group.
Yeah, you
Like
choose to
you're
be
giving
there.
your yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're playing with WhatsApp. We've got a little one for you guys for the GSD.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's just other ways. We kind of went off on a tangent there, but yeah, other ways to give them that support. What about you, Jenny? Come on up, Jenny.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, why are you not coming up in the window? Let me see.
Oh,
Let's go here. Zoom. There she is. Hello.
oh, there I am.
Oh, it doesn't work on this scene. I've messed something up. Hang on. There we go.
Oh, two of you. Oh,
Yeah,
no,
I think I've done something in the settings that makes active speaker pop into into that one. I'll go and have a look after the live. Anyway, Jenny, what was a key takeaway for you?
Um, I think just the idea that you can't just have a coach, not a coach, a course standing on its own. You need to have structure around it, and you need to have support around it. You can't just like abandon one-on-ones, and like even though you're wanting to move away from doing all one-on-ones, you still need to have that possibility in there.
Yeah.
And I've wanted to do that, and I think for me having a course, it almost makes me feel like I can charge more for the one-on-one.
Yes.
So like have that highest level being a high paid level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Because they
Yeah,
got stuff to do and to go back to when you're not with them.
yeah,
Or if
yeah,
you seem to be repeating yourself over and over again, you can say, oh, I'll make that into a lesson. And then they can
yes,
go and remember repetition, immersion, model of proven practice. They can go back and
yeah.
rewatch. Yeah, awesome. Sharon, come on up. Lucky number 3. Let me find you. I've got to do it this way, apparently. There she is. Hey, Sharon. What was your key
Hey,
takeaway?
um, a bit like um a bit like Jenny. Sorry, I've just gone off in my own little mind then.
That's okay.
Um, uh, well, I haven't even started doing my course yet. I'm still trying to do other stuff in the back. But I like the support idea. I like that you have to be there for everybody. Yeah, you can't just dump and run. I mean, I don't know how many courses I've done and there's been no support. There's been no, hey, how you going?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
there's
what's the
none of that.
likelihood of you completing that course if there's nobody
Well, I
there?
didn't. I
Yeah.
I haven't, and it cost me a lot of money.
Yeah.
And
That's what I said.
yeah, there's no, and that's why I went with you guys because, you know, there's this, every week as well, and there's, Tuesdays are huge. And I
Yeah.
block out Tuesdays because, there's always support and there's help. And there's support 4 days a week.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's what so many people think, I'll just make a course, but you don't want to be one of those course creators. Like you said, it's like, here, buy my thing, and then you ghost them. You don't want to be one of
Yeah.
those people,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the industry standard is 10% of people make it to the end. I want to smash that, right? I want to see everybody. Now, I know that is a big wish that everyone will complete, even though I want it more for them than they want it for themselves half the time.
Yeah.
But without the support, most of them would just give up. And because most of our clients stay with us between 3 to 5 years, because we know there's more to learn that you can learn in 1 year, right? You've only been through your business one season once you've been with us for a year. Then we're measuring and optimizing in year 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, right? And then by then you will hopefully have a VA and you'll be teaching them how to use the system, and you'll scale out. That's our goal, is you don't quit, you scale out of needing our help.
Yeah.
And we're training your team to take over what we were doing. So that's what we want to see all of you achieve. Unfortunately, not everyone sticks with it. And it's easier to blame us than it is to blame themselves, some people, right? How much easier is it to say,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You didn't help me, you didn't teach me, you didn't close my sales. No, they don't say that. But that's why we're very adamant when we get you and sign you people up now, is we will not close your deals. We can't. You can pay a sales closer, but they're not going to come work for you until you've got a validated offer. Right? Because they want to be making 6 figures closing sales. And if you're not able to get there by yourself, they're not going to want to step in. They're more wanted by another company who's got a validated offer. So you've got to do that hard work hard work yourself. Even though it sometimes feels like, wouldn't it be better if somebody else would just do it all? Hey, that's the easy job. Go work for somebody and build their business.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we should wrap up because we've got a really good session. So our session directly after this. So for let me see how many eyeballs are watching out there. Oh, there's a lot of you. So for all of you who are part of the Academy or a studio client, I would make your way into the VOZ now, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at pipelines and how the scoring system works inside of OmniSam. So you can start using pipelines for follow-ups, for onboarding, for various parts of your business, so that leads don't fall through the cracks. So come on in. Now, I want to leave you with this. When it comes to courses, you don't need a course to be legitimate, and you don't need to rush doing your course, and you don't need to copy everybody else's model. Courses work best when they're built intentionally, not reactively. If you want support to build a system that actually holds your offer together, come and explore OmniSam. All you need to do is go to omnisam.com.au. You can watch a little demo. You can even book a call and we'll walk you through the software. The links will definitely be around this podcast and this video. And for the Academy and studio clients, come on in, ask me anything, and pipelines training is about to kick off, and I'll see you inside the VOZ. But everyone else, thank you for being here today. Make sure you also head to not only YouTube, definitely head to YouTube and subscribe, and turn on that little notification bell so that you'll know when we put videos out. But also, I just want to remind you that there is the Strategy with Sally podcast. Now, we do a lot of the recording for the podcast here live on a Tuesday, but I also do extra recordings outside of Strategy with Sally. So you'll be able to also see other quick tips and longer episodes. I do a lot of candid conversations inside on the podcast as well, where I just literally turn on the microphone, I start recording, and I talk about something that I've learnt. So also head over there, and if you are listening to the podcast, leave us a review. We would really, really appreciate that you pay it forward by saying thank you for the content and drop us a review over on the podcast. Anyway, never let anyone dull your sparkle, and make sure you get one income producing activity done every day. And here we go. Every day be marketing. She's in the office today. See you next Tuesday, guys.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long.